Hello everyone, welcome to Blair Nicolette. I'm Blair, and this week I have a fabulous Copic illustration for you, so let's get started. So lately I have been very inspired by jellyfish. I think they look beautiful and amazing, and they're just always beautiful and colorful, and the slight danger of them being near them in the wild kind of freaks me out, but I would gladly draw them all day long. So I really wanted to do an artwork with them as inspiration. So initially I had thought that I wouldn't go into the inking of this video because one of my last videos, it kind of took up pretty much the entire video. So I made sure I got spots of the various different parts of the different jellyfishes. Here you can see me working on the top. I tend to do a lot of layering in my line work, adding different line weights here and there, as well as dots or hash marks to create further textures and lines, and even fully blocking out certain portions of the drawing. And to me, it's a style that really helps elevate the drawing in a way. It adds a lot more depth and dimension to the drawing, that so it's not completely reliant on color. Realistically, my ink drawings could probably stand alone. I just prefer to add color to them. So the initial concept for this piece was that two jellyfishes were swimming around one day, and they kind of more or less found each other, and they are star-crossed lovers in a way because they are two different species. And I wanted to make one of them slightly more somber, a little more sad in a way, like his own clan didn't really like him very much. So that's why the front jellyfish, or the jellyfish in the foreground, has a blue and purple tone, because I wanted it to really feel like it's the more serious of the two. And I tend to layer in my colors very much from light to dark. As you can see, I start with an overall blocking out of the palest color that I have, and then I slowly layer in darker hues or darker shades of the colors to add more depth, and then I tend to add somewhat of an accent color to further bring more interest to the piece. And I did that with the blue jellyfish by starting out with a very pale color, almost going over certain areas twice, leaving the top portion only done once to kind of give that transparency that jellyfish should have. And as well as adding more shadows to the bottom where there's more mass in the actual jellyfish. The feelers, I decided to go with more of a blue-violet purple scheme, so that way it emphasizes the concept of that particular jellyfish being more somber, a little sober, but I didn't want it to feel depressed, because to me jellyfishes are very exciting animals. At least to look at. They kind of swim around and float around and create these beautiful textures and pictures throughout, and to me it's a really fantastic thing. But and then I'll go more into the tentacles and why they're kind of like wavy out everywhere. So like I said, this kind of initial concept was these two star-crossed lover jellyfish. So I wanted to kind of capture them in motion, trying to swim in a circle around each other, almost like they were in a ballroom dancing. So I wanted the tentacles to have a lot of free movement and airiness quality to them, almost like they were trying to reach out to each other, but they can't actually connect because they're not the same species. I tend to come up with really wild stories for some reason. So that's the reason why they're kind of out. And as you can see, the blue and purple one, as I lay in more and more color, is becoming more of that somber, sort of sad version. It's almost like he's the outcast of his own clan in a way. But I'll get back to the whole light into dark thing that I tend to do. For me, this is the easiest way to lay in color, because you're kind of patching out where you want your color to go. You can leave white elements if you would like, but I like to work in this way because for me it's the easiest to kind of identify where my shadows need to go. So then I can slowly layer in the colors to bring that depth and dimension and shadows to the areas that need them. And so as you can see with me going through the feelers, I guess, tentacles, the parts that are supposed to sting you, the ones you want to stay away from. I start with a very light blue violet, I go in with a slightly darker blue violet, and then I add a almost purple color at the end to create added depth and dimension. And with my striation lines that I've already added there, it tends to create a very visually interesting photo or picture. I'm sorry. And then we go toward the second jellyfish. So this jellyfish is more in the background, and again they're kind of swimming around each other, and I wanted this one to kind of be the happy, vibrant, go-lucky jellyfish that is coming to make the blue jellyfish very happy, and that's why they kind of fall in love with each other, because they're just opposite. And I chose to go with a more aqua green and pink color scheme because I wanted to emphasize the vibrancy and the happiness that this jellyfish would have. And again, I use my light to darker method, where I start with a very light aqua color and I layer it in again and layer it in some more. Go back with another color. Because the pink I chose was kind of the lightest of the tones, I wanted to make sure that I got that in everywhere that I wanted it to go. So that's why I did the feelers or tentacles first, as well as the edges of the stingers, I guess is what they're called. I'm not a jellyfish expert. And then go back in and layer the green and the darker green aqua in after that. And I wanted this one to feel happy because I kind of wanted them to feel more like star-crossed lovers in a way, and they're swimming around each other, and I've popped up on them in this moment, and now they're like racing off in a way, I guess. But that is the overall idea and concept, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely had a great time making it for you guys, and I just want to mention that if you would like a print of this, you can purchase it on my Society 6 shop, which will be in the link below, where you can find my other artworks that I currently have up for sale as well. And if you have any future suggestions for any future videos, it would be greatly appreciated, and you can leave those in the comments below as well. So thanks again for watching. Well everyone, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you'd like to see any of my new videos. I release a new video every Friday. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr for sneak peeks for upcoming videos as well. Thanks, and I hope you all have a great week. Bye-bye!